All right. So, hello and welcome to Joy of Business Book Club. I'm Smriti Goswami, and I think today is the fifth call, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. All right. So I want to mute all of you, and then when you have to speak, you can unmute and speak. Okay. All right. So we'll be reading the chapter 5 today, and what's going on with you guys? Do you have any questions before we get started? Anything at all that's bothering you, things that are not working well for you, or anything you'd like me to facilitate for you? Hi, Yasmin. Where are you from, Yasmin? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. I'm from Ahmedabad.
Okay, awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Does anyone want to speak? Ask questions before we get started? Because I will start reading otherwise.
Hi, Smriti. This is Vani here.
Hi, Vani. Tell me.
So I don't know till what, I don't have the book handy right now, so I don't know till what point you've covered. My question is, I'm seeing opportunities come up.
Can I see your face first, Vani?
Sorry, but it's early in the morning. Not early in the morning for me, kind of, but I'm still, in my...
Where are you
I'm
from?
in Canada.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
So I'm seeing a lot of opportunities, but I'm not creating the time that those opportunities need.
Okay.
I am telling a lot of reasons for that. I have a baby at home. I have another kid at home. How do I create time to make most of those opportunities that are coming my way?
So what are those opportunities?
I'm an artist. I've been working from home for past 1 year since I had my baby. And recently I started getting orders. I have a restaurant that wants me to decorate their space.
Okay.
And I've agreed to it. But again, one thing is this quarantine has been a blessing for me because I don't have to rush on the project.
Okay.
But at the same time, I need time to be able to work on his pieces. And the other thing is it's an out-of-town project. So I'll have to make everything at home and then take it there and then set up the space there. So
okay. So that time, so you said you're an artist, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what, do you make paintings or what else?
I'm a jack of all trades.
Okay, cool. So maybe this is the best time for you to actually start making those pictures and put them together there. But I just feel, I think you'll have to just be a little more organized and stuff, where once your babies are sleeping and stuff, that's the time you can take out time to work. Or maybe you can get them also to, give them paints also, and they can also potter along with you. What? You're not able to find time with your work, for your work. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
How old are your kids?
One is 9 years, so he's fine. Okay. And I have a baby who's 1 year old.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe you'd like to wait for some time if that will create more, or you can time it in such a way that you go ahead with those art pieces once the baby's sleeping. I think that's the only, or you get someone to sort of supervise or take care of the baby while you're working. Right? So I'll just give you an example. When I had to study for my flying, I had to appear for a maths paper before I went in for flying, and my kids were very small. They were 7 and 3. And so I used to put them to bed around by 8 o'clock in the evening. And then 8 o'clock till about 12 p.m., there was this guy from IIT who used to come to teach me maths because I had to clear my 12th standard maths. Even though I was married with 2 kids, I had to clear that. And so I used to study at that time, and throughout the day, while taking care of the kids, I would keep solving all the math sums and all. And because I just had 1 month to prepare for the exam. The thing is, how come are you to, when you're really committed to creating something, you will find the time up for it.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll just keep looking at it, looking for excuses why you can't do something. How
Right.
committed are you? Is that project even motivating you enough for you to find time for it? So that's what these are the questions you'll have to ask yourself and see how to take out time for this. And maybe
Right.
most of the time kids sleep by evening, right? So you can maybe paint through the night. What would that create for you? And while the baby's sleeping in the morning for their nap, you can take a nap too.
Right.
So that's only advice I can give you at this moment. And otherwise, be in question, okay, what will it take for me to find time to create what I want to create? And I know, especially if you're an artist, usually you want to have, as an artist, people tend to paint only when they feel like painting. Artists are a little foodie for that matter. And yeah, see what works for you. But how committed are you to creating it? Because if you are committed, things will start falling in place.
Yes, that I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Cool. Anyone? Any more questions? Can I see your faces, guys? It'll be so much better.
Smriti, can I share?
Who's this? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, hi everyone, and especially hi to Smriti. I don't know what happened in the last book club meeting, but something totally has changed. You know, I have a business of candle water. I have completed demos for 8 people, online demos, and I am so busy. I have no time to have bath. I have no time to cook. I have no time to clean. But I am excited with this. Even at 8 o'clock, I have a demo where 2 people are coming. There's a lady who showed up just 5 minutes before the demo. Ahmedabad, one friend I called. I said, "Can you be on the demo?" She said, "Yes." No one has the excuse right now saying I have no time, because everyone is vela at home and I am busiest. So I was looking forward to this today's book club. What can I create? What else is possible for me now? It's begun a new life for me.
How
So
does it get?
thank you. Huh?
I said, how does it get any better than this, Ujjwal?
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
The thing is, with whatever's going on all around in the world globally, okay, all the fear and paranoia with corona.
I have no fear.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling for everyone else. So instead of focusing on the fear and getting worked up with respect to whatever's going on, and instead of subconsciously healing everyone, just center and be with yourself and say, okay, what is my reality here? Okay, truth. Is this even bothering me? Okay, what am I aware of? And what can you be and do to create here? How can you use this time to create more for yourself? So start focusing on creation instead of getting caught up with the fear and all. So that's awesome, Ujjwal. I'm really happy to hear that.
Yes, after a long time of this, and nothing is happening, suddenly things have completely changed. Now I feel we are doing 3 demos. I feel, how can I do more? Because more people are interested.
How can you invite more people on one demo itself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Smriti.
Yeah.
Hey, so taking a pearl from your business done different, you spoke about when you like something, the way people create, ask for that to show up in your life and ask for it to duplicate it.
Yeah.
I would really like to have what Ujjwal is having right now.
You will have.
Awesome. So you can ask for that to show up.
You will have, definitely.
With consciousness attached. Okay, don't forget to add with consciousness attached, because you really don't know how difficult it has been for other people to create what they are creating, right? So you ask to duplicate that energy with consciousness attached, and have that.
Superb. Thank you for that.
Cool. And how many energy pulls and energy ball exercise that you can do to create that actually? And what would that create? That reminds me, we missed doing the energy ball exercise in the business done different class. Maybe when we meet up on first, we'll go ahead with that. So, cool.
There's a reason I said we should meet today.
No, I'm not meeting today.
No, well, it's past, but anyway, tomorrow shall always come.
Yeah,
We have to button for that.
so the thing is,
Smriti.
yeah, who's this?
Hi.
Hi, Shilpa.
Hi. No, I just wanted to say hi because it's amazing to kind of tune in and, it's great when to see so many of us actually willing to choose greater, choose beyond this reality. So it's always an encouraging thing. So I wanted to just actually share my gratitude. So yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
always a lovely call to see all of you guys. And of course, Smriti.
Thank you. It really, I mean, I really love seeing every one of you choosing more. That really, really drives me. That's what I work for. So thank you for choosing more. All right. So who else would like to speak? Do you have any questions? Is there anything that's bothering you? Anything that I can help you with before we get started with the call? Anyone? And I would really love to be able to see your faces, guys. Seriously, please.
Smriti, can I share or talk?
Yeah.
Or ask?
Yeah, go ahead. What talk are you talking about?
So yeah, my question is, of course, we are all choosing a greater reality, and we're constantly, choosing to step out and, not get into a reaction. Sometimes it gets very difficult to get people to also see that.
Okay.
So there is when, judgments kind of come. That's where things of, you being insensitive to the situation comes in. So how does, how does one deal with that?
Can you give me an example? What exactly are you looking for?
So yeah, I am now constantly choosing to be beyond this reality where I'm not going to allow any of this, madness around to kind of, for me to be in a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm getting to hear things like, I don't seem to be understanding the gravity of the situation. And, I am, choosing to react as a rebel and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, but in which context are you talking about? Give me an example of what exactly is going on so I can facilitate you with that. This is like in general, you're telling me. Like, have you put out a class and people are not choosing to show up because of something?
Yeah.
What are they saying? That
This is not the time. And then, I mean, it's their reality. Okay, this is not the time to spend finance. This is not the time to step out. And this is not when we would like to choose something, So how do I, create beyond that?
so what are you aware of? What other things can you create at this time? Let's take for example access bars and all. Anyways, Gary says not really. Even though he's given permission, that's not really what he recommends. Teaching bars
Yes.
online, right?
Yes.
So maybe that might not really be a good idea. But what else can you teach? You have a what is it that you teach on the bottles? What is that word known as? Decoupage. Decoupage.
So, yeah.
Go ahead and create a class based on that. What portals will you have to sort of sign up with for a larger audience? Don't look at creating for only a small audience. Be willing to think big and choose that. So you can sign up with all those, something like Book My Show. There are different online portals which you can sign up with, and the money directly is transferred to your bank account.
So right now, even there, they are not. There's not anyone right now who is able to take make a decision. So they also are like not moving forward. So yeah, that's there. Yeah, and I'm absolutely acknowledge the fact that no, I was not even suggesting people to do an online bars class. No, that was never. So yeah, so I was inviting people to come for a class. So that was one. Decoupage, like you said, I'm like throwing classes for people to even do an online thingy.
Yeah.
That again, the response is, oh, we won't get material right now. So
what else can you do? So since you're an actress, what are the videos that you can put up, and what Facebook Lives can you do to invite people? what stand-up comedy that you were talking about can you go ahead and do? How visible can you make yourself visible during these 20 days? What can you do to actually be visible? What if it's not really about making money at this moment? Are you willing for your videos to be forwarded everywhere, and are you willing for those videos to make money for you?
Wow.
Yeah. What
Yes.
about creating that? So
Yeah, that's a great idea.
yeah, while you're here, get in awareness. So what else can you create? What beyond this reality creations are you so capable of creating right now that you've not yet acknowledged, that if you were to acknowledge would create a totally different reality for you? Everything that is, times a godzillion. Will you just try and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all and shots, boys and beyonds. Yeah. So start focusing on that. Don't look at, okay, this is not possible, that is not possible. What else? What else? What next? Okay. Don't have to give up. And if giving up was not an option, what else could you choose? What else could you invite people to? How visible can you make yourself utilizing this particular time? Right? Because at this moment, frankly, a lot of people are free and mostly they're online and they're on all social media possible. How can you use that to your advantage? Okay? There are a whole lot of people who do all sorts of videos, but they are sometimes funny, they're sometimes with a message, they are sometimes just you demonstrating some work that you're doing, whatever it is. How can you just start creating that and put it out there in the world for people to see and know you? Right? There are a lot of, say for example, instead of going for an audition and stuff, how can you start auditioning online? How can you start showcasing your talent online? And what would that create?
Yeah.
Everything that is times a godzillion. That everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive how to put across your talent. Right. Will you now destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, from good, bad, pot, pop, all and shots, boys and beyonds. Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, that's something which, I mean, I didn't even, I didn't even, yeah, I didn't even ask enough questions and I didn't play around with that. Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, the thing is, okay, there are certain things at this moment, these are the situations, but what else can you create in that situation? How else can you utilize the time? What else do you have to offer to the world? Right? So what talents and abilities do you have that you have not yet acknowledged, that if you were to acknowledge would create a totally different new reality for you? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that with total ease, will you not destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good,
Yes.
bad, all and choice, boys and beyond. Cool. All right. Yeah. Ujjwal, you have something to say? And you'll have to unmute yourself.
I just want to add something to my son makes videos and corporate films, and he is got so much work because right now whoever wants to it's a content you want to create or promote yourself. This is the time. All the people who are into that space, I can see. At least my son is so busy. So just wanted to share that one can create your presence in online. That is the best thing one can do right now.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to mute you again. All right. Anyone else have anything else to share or ask questions? What's going on with you guys? Anyone? Cool. This is a very quiet lot. You know, I'm here. I'm here to facilitate you guys. Just be willing to ask questions, guys. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll start. Hey, Sindhuja, how are you? So good to see you online. All right. So, chapter 5. Reality.
Hi, hi. Oh,
Hi,
oh, so
Sindhuja.
sorry. Hi, hi.
Awesome. So happy to see you here. Do you have any questions, Sindhuja? Do you have any questions? Anything I can help with
Okay, so I have one question. What do you exactly mean by creating beyond this reality?
creating beyond this reality means that you don't, something that you've not even imagined.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't fit in with this reality. This reality is, so okay, let me talk a little bit about realities. Okay, so this reality is what tells you to sort of fit into a box. This is the way you have to behave, this is the only way you can be, and it expects you to fit into the box. Okay, your roles are defined. There's just something like, as a woman, there are only certain things you're allowed to do or are acceptable for you to do, and things like that, right? And then there is the reality, which is the reality that you create for yourself, which is a reality that you create based on your own knowing, what you are aware of, from the possibilities that you're aware of. Okay, so instead of fitting in with this reality, you can ask to employ this reality with your own reality, the reality that you're creating for yourself, which is the reality. Okay, so that is when you're choosing to create a life from your own reality. Sometimes there are things that don't even fit in with any of these. There are some new ideas, new possibilities. Those are beyond this reality. So when you're making certain choices which are beyond what you can even imagine, those are beyond this reality choices. I hope I haven't confused you.
No. When Shilpa was asking the question, when she was asking and when you were answering her, this was something that was coming to me again and again, just beyond this reality.
Yeah. So with Shilpa, she was asking things. Okay, this one they can't come to me right now. Okay, I can't do this right now because sometimes you get bound by what others are gonna choose or not choose. Okay, that's the time when you actually have to be the choosing one instead of waiting to be the chosen one. You don't wait for people to choose you. You go out there and choose things for yourself. Okay, you make things happen for yourself. You don't wait. Oh, I put out this and they didn't want it. No. Okay, cool. Right now, there are no takers for this particular aspect. What else? What else? What beyond this reality, talents and abilities do I have that I can offer? That will create lots of money for me too. What beyond reality ideas do I have that will make more money for me? So just be in question. You don't have to give up. Giving up is not an option. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Smriti.
Hi.
This is Hetal here. Can I add a little bit to Siddhu's question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this is something. Okay. This is the reality beyond my reality. Okay. What an example for me is that and I provide remediation to the special children. And so the remediation has never been provided online. Yeah, however, now since because of quarantine and lockdown, I'm not able to go to the children's place. However, that was not at all fun for me, and not seeing my children's face was, I was missing out something. Okay, I was feeling that gap or that void in me, and then I was just okay being in a question. Okay, what else is possible? What will it take for me to be with my children? Okay, or have the learning, have the fun with my children. And I just thought, okay, let me just start. Okay, let me just start a Zoom call with them, or a WhatsApp call, or any kind of a call where I can just see their face. And I didn't even, I was not in a vested in an outcome. However, the parents were in the opinion of that, okay, it's not going to work with their children. Yeah, because they are not going to sit there. I told them, let me at least try once. Okay, let me just try once whether it is going to work or not. And I'm not going to give up without even trying. Yeah, so and I just tried. Okay, and it is working so well. Even the subject, okay, such as geometry and all, I'm I'm actually, teaching them online. I don't know whether I'm teaching them or not, but yeah, they are getting it. Yeah, so we just be that space. And so this is actually beyond this reality. Okay, because in this reality, remediation online is not possible, but this is what I'm doing now. So this is my example of being creating something which is beyond this reality, because they feel it is not possible, but it is possible. Everything is possible.
That's really awesome. And the thing is, when you choose not to give up, what else can you start creating? That's what is the best thing about what you just did. So thank you. That's really awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, Hetal. I was looking for an example. Like I keep asking those questions, but like I was looking for an example.
Yeah, I got that. I got that, and I
Yeah.
just haven't answered that.
No,
Thank you.
my mother-in-law is part of a chai masti group where all the oldies go and meet up every evening. They go there around 5 to 7. They're there every evening, and someone or the other will sing, or they have some other activities, but they interact with each other and they really love going there. Okay, so that was one way of keeping her really busy for 2 hours. And so the thing is, now suddenly, because of the lockdown, they're not able to go anywhere. So she was like, used to get really worked up. Okay, today they got a message that, okay, now we'll be meeting every evening online. So you download the Zoom app. Everybody's been asked to download the Zoom app. And I was like, I was just wondering how much fun are they going to have now? Just being at home and get meeting online. So the thing is, what else can you keep choosing and creating? What beyond this reality creations are you now so capable of creating that will really totally exponentialize your life and your money flows with total ease? Everything that is times a godzillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it all? Please write from good, bad, what, pop, all, and shots, boys and beyonds. Cool. Awesome. Anyone else? Any questions before we get started? No. Okay, cool. All right. So we are on chapter 5, reality and entrainment. And interestingly, that's what it says. Do you believe in impossible things? In Lewis Carroll's book, Through the Looking Glass, Alice says to the White Queen, one can't believe impossible things. The White Queen replies, why? Sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. I love the Queen's reply. It expresses the joy, the possibilities, and the fun you can be in your business and in your life. But most of us have been entrained to think like everyone else. We are taught that we have to live in a reality that consists of everyone else's ideas and limited views of what is possible. And we are told we have to get real. We are entrained not to believe impossible things. Okay? And thankfully, with all the examples that each one of you have been giving, those are actually the impossible things that you've been creating. Can you acknowledge that? Okay. Also, when you ask for something to show up, and be willing to acknowledge it also. Because when you ask for something to show up and it shows up, and if you do not acknowledge it, then that entire tsunami of creation, tsunami of contribution that the universe is being for you, you actually narrow it down to a small trickle. So be very aware of that. Okay, be willing to have the universe contribute by sending tsunamis of contribution to you instead of, yeah. Go ahead, Shilpa.
Yeah, so when you were saying this, Smriti, can you elaborate a little on this? When you say that when you're asking, you acknowledge it, and when the universe is, because many a times it, most of the times, rather all of the time, it never shows up the way you thought it would, right?
Right.
So how do you know that what is showing up is what you have actually asked for? Because it doesn't seem like that, right?
I'll give you an example. So when I first became a Joy of Business facilitator, and as a Platinum Hub facilitator, you're entitled for certain media presence, okay? And so you can write articles, you can be part of the Om Times radio shows, you can be part of a lot of things, okay? So it would be out there, like, would you like to participate? Would you like to create a radio show? And I mean, they would ask in the group, and then people would offer, and then it would just get taken by someone and stuff. Okay. And I was like, wow, this looks really exciting, but I don't even know what I would like to say to the world. I have no clue. I really don't know what topics can I use actually to showcase in those radio shows, or what articles can I write. But the thing is, I was asking to be more visible. Okay. And the opportunity started showing up. But I wasn't ready to take that because of my own self-doubts. Okay. So that's what it is. When you've asked for something and it's showing up, you're not even willing to acknowledge that. And in fact, you take a step back because you're not sure your own stories about yourself, your doubts, your self-doubts, and your limitations. sort of seem so great that you're not even willing to step into that zone. So that's when you're not willing to acknowledge what you're asking for is showing up, and you're actually taking a back seat. And one whole year I just wasted like that. Okay. And towards the next year, I was like, all right, what's going on here? What am I resisting here? I was like, okay, what if I let go of all my judgments? What would that create? What if I was willing to make the worst possible radio show? What if I was willing to write the worst possible article? What would that create? So I was like, I'm just not going to judge myself. I'll just go with the flow. I'll just write whatever I feel like writing. You never know who it might contribute to. Okay. And slowly that's what I started out. That's how I started out. I just let go of my own stories, because the only person stopping you is you yourself. Okay. And your own self judgments. And what's the basis of deciding that you're not good enough? Okay. There's another thing. So that's what it is when you ask for something and you don't acknowledge it. That's how it starts slowing down. Okay. Then I have to literally ask for it again and more so. Now the thing is, let's talk a little bit about being vulnerable. Okay. I remember my very first Zoom call as a joy business facilitator. I messed it up big time, because I would look at people right there on the Zoom call and I could perceive so much that's going on with each one of them. I would just get download of information, okay? And that was really overwhelming for me. And that first particular book club, I kept zoning. I mean, I kept on leaving the meeting and then rejoining and then leaving, but I was doing it myself. I just told them that there's some issue with the internet, but that was me doing that because I couldn't face them. I couldn't deal with them. Okay. And because all eyes were on me and I didn't know how to handle that. Okay. The thing is, what changed was, next time I dressed up. Okay, I wore my stilettos and then I was there for the meeting. And I was actually invited to be part of the Access India show as a guest speaker. And when I went there, and I was like, again, my hand was on that mouse, on the computer mouse, ready, and the arrow was pointed at leave the meeting. And I was like, the moment they're about to introduce me, I'm just going to leave the meeting. So then they'll go on to the next guest speaker, and maybe I'll join in again. And the moment they're going to introduce me again, I'm going to leave the meeting, and I'll manage that way. Okay, but the thing is, Tulika was the one who was introducing everyone, and I thought she was going to introduce someone else because of what she was saying, and then she just took my name. So I was sort of taken aback. I didn't realize that it was me she was introducing. Okay, and I just at that moment I couldn't leave the meeting, so I was just stuck there with that shocked look on my face. And I just blurted out the first thing that came to my mind. I was about to leave the meeting, and this is what happened. Because talk about not willing to be vulnerable, and talk about not being willing to be seen. This was my fear, and that's what I was about to do. And then you just caught me off guard. But the thing is, the moment I said that, there were so many people on the message. They kept writing, "Oh yeah, even we have a tough time, and we also choose to prefer being invisible most of the time. We don't really would want to be seen because we have these fears and all." The moment I started reading all those messages on the chat, and I was like, hey, hold on, you don't give up. Okay, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. And I started facilitating them. So it just seemed so cool then. The thing is, what if it's not about you? What if you actually acknowledge how many people can you contribute to? If you actually let go of your own fears and your own points of view about how good or bad you are, how many people can you actually contribute to? What if you start acknowledging that about yourself? Okay, started changing things for me. And today here I am, like, conducting the Zoom calls. It's just like, it's so much fun for me. I actually really enjoy interacting with each one of you. So that's what it is. Cool. What other, did that answer your question, Shilpa?
Yes.
Cool.
I already got into a creation mode in my, I mean, not head, but in that sense, yeah, I'm already thinking in that direction.
So also,
Thank you.
I got a nice idea. Like, you know, when you go for your auditions, why don't you make a spoof on how different people audition for a particular role and what are the different ways they interpret that particular character and all the funny ways they show up. That will be really fun.
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, thank you for that. That's what I said. I already started going in that direction and, so thank you.
You're welcome.
So for all the fears that you had and all of that, thank you for all of that, because this is what now we are receiving from you.
Yeah, so
we are enjoying at your expense.
Yeah, you're welcome. The thing is, when you don't make it about you, how many people can you contribute to? Okay, how many people are actually going through the same fears?
Yeah.
When they see you overcome all that, how many people can you invite into more possibilities? Seriously, what if it's not really about you? And we are the only ones stopping ourselves. We are only judging ourselves. And what can we create if we stop if we stop actually judging ourselves like that? All right, so entrainment. So if you put a bunch of clocks together in a room and they're all ticking at different intervals, eventually the clocks will get in sync with each other and begin ticking simultaneously. It is called entrainment. This is what we do as well. We entrain ourselves to everybody else's reality. And in our culture, our profession, or whatever it may be, we tend to believe that other people believe, and we tend to believe what other people believe and to do things the way they do things. For most people, it is comfortable to function from entrainment as a source for connection and reality in business. And that's why they do it. From the moment you wake up in the morning, you've been entrained about what to eat, what to be, what to wear, what hours to do business, and how much money to make or how much not to make. Are you creating your financials in order to match what everybody else is doing so you can just be like them? If so, you're probably operating in what we call contextual reality. And contextual reality is the reality we've been entrained into. It is based on time, dimensions, reality, and matter. And these are the things we make real in contextual reality. But in truth, does time actually exist, or is it a creation? It's something we have created. It's the same with dimensions, reality, and matter. They're all creations based on the way we have been entrained to perceive. They're not based on the magic of what can show up. They're not based on what is truly possible. When you operate in contextual reality, you look to see where you fit, where you benefit, where you win, and where you lose. Contextual reality tells you where you fit in business or where your niche is, and you can't go anywhere else. It tells you how to calculate the way your business benefits you and how to calibrate your success based on what's in your bank account. So what's the value of choosing to create a business and your life based on what other people are choosing? Okay, the thing is, as I mentioned, when you put a lot of clocks together with different timings, after a point in time, they all start showing the same time. They just start entraining themselves and shifting and changing to just match with each of those clocks. Okay, it's something similar to when there are a lot of girls, suppose in a girls' hostel, or if you're sharing an apartment with a few girls, and when one of them starts their periods, others also end up starting the periods around the same time, just give and take 1 or 2 days. Okay, even whether their periods are due around that time or not, that's your body entraining with other person. So you'll now, with this example, you'll realize that you're not even aware how your body is actually entraining with different people, and how much are you actually stopping yourself just so that you can fit in with everyone. Okay, you'll decide what's good for you or bad for you based on the contextual realities of fitting in. Okay, and what's the value of that? Instead of actually, are you willing to even acknowledge how much more you know you're capable of creating, and are you willing to outcreate everyone you know? What do you know? What are you aware of? What do you bring to the table is what's important. Cool. All right, non-contextual reality. What if you jump tracks, changed universes, and function from a totally different reality from the one you've been entrained into? You can do this. You can operate in non-contextual reality. Instead of looking for what's possible in terms of time, dimensions, reality, and matter, and what if you perceived energy, space, and consciousness? What would it be like to know that everything has consciousness, including the chair you're sitting on? Everything has consciousness, everything has energy, and then there is space. Space. Space is actually filled with possibilities and question. Functioning in non-contextual reality allows you to have a generative capacity beyond time, dimensions, matter, and reality. And non-contextual reality is beyond imagination. It's beyond the logical mind, beyond reference points, beyond what anyone has ever done before, and it's beyond anything you or I have ever seen as possible. It has no form, no structure, no significance, no story. And when you operate from non-contextual reality, you ask questions and follow the energy, and you function from your knowing. Feelings are often based in contextual reality. Rather than operating from awareness, some people rely on intense emotions that allow them to feel the right business answer, like whether to make a certain investment or buy a piece of property. They rely on excitement or some other strong feeling to tell them it's the right thing to do. Basically, they create a judgment in order to make a decision. These feelings are often based in contextual reality. In other words, they're rooted in the idea of winning, losing, fitting in, or benefiting. What I'm suggesting here is that it's possible to operate in a different way. It is possible to operate from your perceptions of energy, space, and consciousness. It is possible to operate from your knowing rather than your mind or your feelings. I invite you not to go to that place of comfort and entrainment. Instead, I invite you to go to a place where you're functioning from your own awareness of what's possible. What would happen if you were willing to totally trust yourself and function from your awareness and your knowing? Imagine what your business would be like if you simply trusted you. Would there be more money or less money? Would there be more joy or less joy? More fun or less fun? Awareness, by the way, is not comfortable. Okay? That may be why so many people avoid it. Actually, that's also why so many people get into drugs and they start drinking and smoking just to cut off their awareness. Okay, and without realizing, the moment they're into drugs and all, their awareness even heightens even more. Everything this just brought up, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Please, right from good, bad, pot, pork, all, and short spoils and beyonds. What if you created your business the way you know you can create it? And if you were not functioning from entrainment as a source of a business model, your business would be a creation that reflected you. You would have no competition whether you owned a dress shop, a bottled water company, or a real estate business. If you trusted yourself, the business you created would be completely different from anyone else's. You wouldn't look at any other business to see how to run yours. Okay, you will know. That the thing is, the moment you start trusting yourself, the moment you start valuing yourself, you don't get caught up in the competition with everyone else. Okay, if they're competing with you, cool. Acknowledge how brilliant you are, and they need to compete with you. Okay, but the thing is, you will not get worked up about someone else creating something greater or less, because you know you can just outcreate them like that with a snap of a finger. Okay, and what if you're actually looking at outcreating yourself every time? What would that create? What are you aware of? What do you know is possible? If you start actually functioning from that space, there's so much more you can create. Because what happens when you're competing? Yeah, go ahead, Hetal.
Smriti, when you said out creating them, that was a bit heavy for me. But when you said out creating myself, that was very, very, very light for me.
Okay, so what
what's
do you have? Where are you not willing to outcreate people?
at many places?
Okay, what's going on? Would you like to give some example? And what makes you stay limited?
So when I was working, okay, at that time, I mean, there were okay, the person whom I had hired. I know that okay, they are actually bypassing me and directly going to the boss, okay, or my manager, and I know at many places, okay, they have done that, okay, but instead of fighting that, okay, I just allowed them to do it. Yeah. And I just allowed them to do it, and many a times I just back off. Okay, I tell them, okay,
Okay.
you please go ahead.
What's the value of discounting yourself here?
Uh, I would like to have more peace. Actually, I would not like to go into that drama,
So
and all that.
it's okay for people to walk all over you. Is that fine?
No.
Why are you allowing that then? How dare somebody just supersede you and go and interact with your boss when you are the one who has hired them? Where are you making yourself less? Okay, cool, it's their choice and stuff. But the thing is, then you need to draw a line and say, okay, this does not work for me. If you want to do that, I'd rather not employ you.
Yeah, but that was my manager's strategy as well. Yeah, I mean, I was aware of that as well. That even he also wanted to, build up another.
Are
Sorry?
you, are you willing to outcreate them? So usually they will try to bypass you. They will try to put you down. They'll sideline you. They will invalidate you because there is something that you are being that's
Exactly, because lot of people were more willing to listen to me rather than listening to my manager. Yeah, and he wanted to create a separate, okay, another hater. Yeah, that's what he actually told me initially also, that I would like to hire one more hater in my team actually. And
so the reason people do that is because they are insecure.
yeah,
That's the reason they will put you down, they'll sideline you, they'll do all these things. Can you acknowledge how powerful you are?
yeah,
Okay. Now, with this space, are you willing to outcreate them?
yes,
Or you just let them, you'll just sit here watching while everybody's moving past you and they're just sidelining you? What the hell? You show people how to treat you all the time, every time. Okay, you are the one who's teaching everyone how to treat you. And if you are only treating yourself like that, okay, no problem. It's okay. If you want to step over me, it's okay, no problem.
no,
But
that's
that's how
not
they
it.
do that. Yeah, that's what they'll keep doing till you put your foot down and say, okay, back off. The thing is, what you guys need to realize is a lot of people will see your potential, they'll see your potency, they'll just hope and wish and pray that you don't see that about yourself. Okay? Everything this just brought up, will you not destroy and create that?
Yes.
Boys and girls. Cool.
So thank you.
You're welcome. So it's like I remember I'd taken a session with Dr. Dane, and he after the session he told me, he's like, if you think being nice and good will make people like you, you're mistaken. They will just walk all over you. They'll just step over you. Are you willing to be the lion energy? Have you seen a lion in the jungle? That he's not the biggest animal, but he's the aura that the lion carries is huge. Okay, it's like you mess with me and I'll kill you.
Smriti, can you speak a little louder? I think your voice is like not.
Is it? Hold on, let me just see if the volume is.
We can hear you. I mean, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
You can hear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so be willing to be that lion energy and be willing to be that killing energy. You mess with me and I want to kill you. That's how you have to be. Cool. Whoever it is, and be willing to outcreate people. Yeah, that does not mean you're making them less. Okay, how many of us are actually not willing to outcreate our own mentors or the facilitators who have taught us? The thing is, what are you aware of? What if it's not about you? What contribution can you be? The thing is, people will choose something if they can choose, okay? And if they're not willing to choose greater, why should you stop yourself from choosing greater?
Smriti, is it possible sometimes you're not even, you're not even I mean, I can't now. I mean, you're not even aware that you're not choosing greater because of someone.
You're always aware.
Yeah, I know, which is why I was like, I mean, I didn't know how to phrase that. Can it be possible that I'm not acknowledging that I am not choosing greater? Is it possible I'm not willing to be aware, willing to receive information?
Are you capable of creating way greater right now at this moment, way more than what you're doing?
Yes.
Are you choosing it?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
There's this little bit of,
But it's not showing up. You're choosing it, but it's not showing up right now. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
All right. So that means you're not 100% committed to it. If you're going after something, things are still not showing up, it's because of your lack of commitment. And you're waiting to be the chosen one instead of going ahead and being the choosing one.
And sometimes I go into the wrongness of that maybe it's not meant for me, hence it's not showing up. That's a lie.
Before you get into that, ask, how committed am I to even creating this? Okay, a lot of us actually leave it outside of us that, okay, oh, they did not like me or they did not choose me. What do I have to be and do to create this? What will it take? Where is that demand in your world and your universe? I don't care how it shows up. I'm choosing this no matter what. Okay, what does this role demand of me? What does this particular project demand of me? What do I have to be and do to create it? Cool. Be willing to be the choosing one. You go out and choose what you want. You don't wait for others to choose you.
And just one more thing I wanted to ask. Is there anything one can do after, so for example, like what you said, a project. So like I've given an audition, I'm awaiting a response. Now, so in this waiting period, is there anything else I can do to contribute or stay engaged?
Are you pulling an energy from that project, from those people?
Okay.
Yes or no?
No.
All right. So what's the value of going through all those classes and stuff and not using the tools? I know, Shilpa, you'll be like, oh shit, why the hell did I sign up for this book club and now I'm being grilled?
I always told you can read mind. That was exactly, I was thinking, I said, this is called foot in mouth syndrome. Pucho or lat khao.
But see how many people you're contributing to.
No, it's about remembering to do it. No.
It's about being the tools. Be willing to be the tools. You don't have to say some clearings 10, 100 million, 1,000 times, okay? Even just saying it once is good enough to create that change for you. But be willing to be the choosing one. Be willing to be those tools. Use those tools by being them. You should all the time be an interesting point of view. Who does it belong to? How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? Just the basic access tools really open up a lot of spaces.
It's about being them all the time.
Yeah, all the time. You remember I had given an example to you guys that I was passing by the, once I was coming back from Delhi to Mumbai, and I was passing by the duty-free shop and I happened to see a very pretty perfume, something that really just caught my eye. I went back and I looked at it and there were different variants of that and I was like, okay, which one should I pick up? And then I was like, I realized I was on a domestic boarding card, so I anyways could not pick up at that time. And then I was like, okay, I'm anyways traveling to Rome in a couple of days, so when I go back, I'll pick it up. And I came back home that night. Next day morning, I had to go to the parlor to get my hair and all sorted. And when I was paying up, they gifted me that same perfume. Okay, that same perfume that I'd seen in the duty-free shop, the same name, same thing, everything same. Okay, and I was like, wow. The thing is, when you're being the tools, it does not matter how it has to come up for you. You just are willing to receive things, and those objects or whatever it is that you desire just start showing up when you have no point of view. But the thing is, you're choosing it. Okay, you don't stop choosing ever. That's the main thing. All right, things just show up, and I don't even have to go far. Look at anyone else. I've created so much just by being these tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are lots and lots of examples. One day I'll just create a call just with that.
Yes, that's a great idea.
That will be fun, actually, Smriti.
What did you say?
Yeah, that will be fun. The call on just the examples that whatever you're created, that will be a fun call, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll work on that. I will create one.
How does it get even better?
How does it get anybody? Yes.
You could talk about that on Wednesday, Smriti.
Yeah, I will. So Wednesday, what Pramod is mentioning is we are having a business done different party online.
Yay!
All the participants who have attended the business done different class, we are just going to have an online party because we can't do it right now. So they'll bring in their questions, and we'll all have cocktails from our own houses, and we'll sit and we're just gonna have a party. So let's see what that gets, what that creates.
Oof, I'm already excited.
I think we all are excited. I'll just put up on the group and then go ahead. So let's promote. Maybe I'll share then. All right.
Wow.
Any questions before we move on to the next topic? All right. So what if time, dimensions, reality, and matter are elements you can manipulate and use rather than the so-called building blocks of this reality? Use them when you're working with people who function from contextual reality, but don't be limited by them. Change universes, function in a totally different reality. I know you know what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about, Shilpa. You remember when I was like, okay, if they're not choosing, what else can you create? What invitation can you be? The thing is, you choosing to keep on creating stuff, irrespective of whatever's going on in the world, is what's gonna invite them into possibilities and invite them also to choose more. That here's one person who's not stopping. Okay? So what invitation can each one of you be to choose? Like what Hetal did, right? It's just inviting people into more possibilities. You don't give up. If giving up was not an option, what would you choose? Okay, but when I'm talking about giving up as an option, that does not mean there are times when there are certain things we are not able to do. Okay, but that is, especially in business, be very present with what's going on. There are times that your business requires a sudden change, sudden letting go of certain things, adding more things to your business. So be willing to be present with your business. So sometimes there are times you have to let go of certain things. Okay, like the example I gave you at this moment, you're not getting people for classes at this moment. Okay, but what else can you do? So it's not that you've given up, but for the time being, there are other options that you can choose, right? That's what I meant. All right, 6 impossible things. At the beginning of this chapter, I quoted the White Queen statement. Why sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. For the exercise below, I've played with her statement and changed it from believing 6 impossible things to creating 6 impossible things. So do you ever create impossible things? Why not? I invite you to step out of what you've been trained to be, do, have, and believe, and ask yourself, what are the 6 impossible things I've decided I can't create today with my business? Okay, so this is a home play for you guys. And when we meet on Thursday, maybe I'm going to ask you. So good, this time I'll have some questions to ask you. Okay, so here's the thing. Maybe someone can write it on the message for everyone. What are the 6 impossible things I've decided I can't create today with my business? Okay, and you write down your answers and we'll talk about it in the next this thing.
Can you repeat it?
What are the 6 impossible things I've decided I can't create today with my business?
I have decided.
Which one? It's already written.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to mute everyone and.
So this will be on the.
Sorry, I muted you. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
This question is going to be on the WhatsApp group, no?
No. It's here. It's already in the chat of your.
Okay, okay.
You can just see that and. All right. All right. So when you answer all those questions, when you write those answers, you can ask, okay, is it really, now look at each of your answers and ask, is it really true that this is impossible? And what would I have to change, choose an institute in order to have this show up? What would I have to add to my business, my life, my living, and my reality to have this show up? Okay, so these are the questions you start asking. So do you have a book? Does everyone have the book?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So just do the entire exercise. Okay, ask these questions also. Let me just repeat it once more. Is it really true that this is impossible? And what would I have to change, choose an institute in order for this to show up? Everything, what would I have to add to my business, my life, my living, and my reality to have this show up?
Smriti, can you tell us the page now?
Sorry, I just muted you. The page number I'm reading from the Kindle. I don't know. It's from chapter number 5. Okay. Now write down another 6 impossible things. Okay. What have you decided is impossible with business, your money, your life, your reality, your finances, your currency, and cash flows? Everything that is truth. Will you destroy and uncreate it times a gazillion, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, boys and beyonds. What magic could show up for you and your business today? Would your business be easier if you allowed it to be magical? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that with total ease, will you not destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, boys and beyonds. So maybe I will just copy this and I'll send it on. So I have a group which is Business Run Different Challenge. Maybe I think I need to change the name of that group. So I'll post it there because that's where most of the business related, whatever messages that I have, I put it all up there. And there's another one which is only for the Malaysia people. I will put it up there also. So for each one of them to do the exercise maybe. All right. Any questions before this? Okay. The kingdom of we. In contextual reality, doing business is most often about competition and winning. Competition is seen as an essential part of conventional business, and companies compete with one another for the same group of customers, and intense competition is encouraged internally between employees or departments. People think that if they're going to be successful in business, they need to rip the heart out of their competitors and do anything possible to win. They believe this is the way to be successful. I'd like to suggest another approach called the kingdom of we. In the kingdom of we, all of us are on the same planet. We are pulling the wagon to the same destination. It's not about you as an individual. The real power of the kingdom of we is being able to choose what works for you and everybody else. It's about us, the beings we are, and what we wish to create. It's a much larger picture. It's not that we are a team that has to play according to the same preset rules or according to what someone says we are supposed to do, but that we are all capable of contributing something that could be greater. What if you function from contribution in business? And what if every business on the planet contributed to every other business? What if you asked what you could contribute to others in your business and what business would contribute to you? What if you were willing to contribute to other people's businesses? This doesn't mean you have to give the shop away. It doesn't mean you have to give your ideas or designs away. What it means is that when you're willing to contribute to everyone and everything, everything will contribute to the expansion of you. When you contribute to all businesses, including those that belong to other people, the universe contributes to you. When contribution and generosity of spirit become the way you operate your business, competition goes out the door. It's about working outside of the contextual reality. Okay? The thing is, how often do you actually stop yourself because of competition? And how many times do you actually put yourself down or make yourself small and less because of the competition? Does that even create greater for you? Okay? But the only time you'll get caught up with competition is when you do not trust yourself and you don't believe in yourself. And the thing is, it's a magnanimous, are you willing to function from a magnanimous universe? There's plenty for everyone. It's not about you and me. Okay, it's not about how many people you left behind. It's about how many people did you contribute to and still kept choosing more for yourself. Okay, it's about taking everyone along. What is the sign of a good leader? Who will choose, but will also be willing to take everyone along. Right? Are you willing to be that? The only time you'll get caught up with the competition is when you don't trust yourself. And also the thing is, what are you giving energy to? If you give energy to competition and start getting worked up because of the way others are choosing and the underhand way others are choosing things, and if you start getting caught up with the unfairness of it all, you are gonna set yourself up for a deep spiral down. Okay, instead of focusing on what others are doing wrong or what unfair means they are using to get ahead, what are you aware of? What invitation can you be? Because people connect with you based on your own energy. Okay, whose lives are you changing just by being you? Who can you inspire just by being you? Okay, what do you know? What are you aware of? What do you bring to the table is what people will connect with. Okay, no matter who's doing what, that when people are using underhand ways and means to connect, it's just gonna be a temporary setup. Okay, be willing to acknowledge that you're in this for a long run and you'd like to keep choosing based on what's fun for you. Okay, focus on your own creation, focus on what you'd like to create. What are you here for? Okay, instead of getting caught up with other people's competition. Okay, if you look at nature, for example, you just see plenty of abundance there. Everything in nature is in abundance. If you look at a fruit tree, it's loaded with fruits. Okay, the fruit tree does not have an opinion as to, oh, you can only take one fruit from my tree, from me, or you can only take three, one for you and two for your sister, and so on. Okay, the fruit tree is like, okay, it just gives. When you're just giving, that does not mean you're depleting yourself. Okay, when you're giving, you're also willing to receive. It's just expanding your universe. You're giving because it's fun for you. Okay, not because what you expect from others. So what are you here for? What's your reality? Be willing to introduce people and invite people to that. Cool. And employ the universe. In one of my Joy of Business classes, someone said to me, I've always worked hard and I've had a lot of jobs. I've been a bartender and a factory worker, and I recently decided to go out on my own to start a business. But no matter what I do, I can't seem to get ahead. I keep looking for someone to tell me what to do because I'm so used to that. I asked, what if you employed the universe and asked it to contribute to you? Try asking, what energy, space, and consciousness can my business and I be that would allow us to employ the universe for all eternity? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that with total ease, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Please, right from good, bad, pot, top, all angels, boys and beyonds. You can employ the universe to contribute to you. Just ask for it. Okay? How do you ask? By asking this clearing. Just a minute. So there's something else that you can add to it. What energy, space, consciousness, choice, miracles, magic, mysteries, and possibilities can my business and I be that would allow us to employ the universe for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that with total ease, will you now destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, book, all I shots, boys and beyonds. The universe is here to assist you. If you ask, it will deliver. Okay? Don't forget, if you ask, you have to ask for that. Ask and you shall receive. Okay? And it is really easy. It's just as easy as that. Okay? Don't decide for yourself. Don't think you don't deserve it. So why would somebody give it to you? Just be willing to ask. Okay. So here are some questions that will help you to develop your capacity and willingness to contribute to and receive contribution from everything in the universe. What can I contribute to my business partners and employees? What contribution of theirs can I receive? What can I contribute to the business? What contribution can the business receive from me? What can the business contribute to me? What contribution can I receive from the business? What can my body contribute to my business? And what contribution can my body receive from my business? Who and what can contribute to my business? What contribution can my business receive from others? Everything that is times a godzillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, from good, bad, pot, pop, all ensures, boys and beyonds. So these are pretty generative, creative questions to ask every morning. Okay, I invite you to ask these questions every day. Notice the awareness that comes to you. Asking questions does not mean you have to come up with an answer. It's about the willingness to shift the energy and allow more possibilities to show up. You contribute to everything, including money. Sometimes I invite people to ask, what can money contribute to me? And what can I contribute to money? Everything that is, times a godzillion. Will you now destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, from good, bad, pot, pop, all shots, boys and beyonds. They respond by asking, what? How can I possibly contribute to money? I say, you contribute to your house, your furniture, and your car by taking care of them, don't you? You contribute to the money the same way. You take care of it, you nurture it so it can grow. You're grateful for it, you're excited and joyful about it. And you say, woohoo, money. You also contribute to money by saving it and investing it well, which contributes to you, to your money expanding and growing. So these are the ways that you can contribute to money, okay? Ease and joy and glory. One of the greatest tools I've received from Access Consciousness is the mantra of Access. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. It's about all of life coming to you with ease, joy, and glory, not just what you have judged as the good stuff. It's also about the things you have judged as bad. You know, those days when you wake up and life isn't feeling so great, or you go to work and you get frustrated when things don't show up the way you think they should, or you have so many things to do that you have no idea how they're all going to get done. No matter what kind of day you're having, no matter what is happening, use the mantra, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Say it over and over again, and things will start to change for you. You're asking the universe for assistance to receive all of life coming to you with ease, joy, and glory. Okay? All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Cool. Every time you're asking that mantra or you're saying that aloud, it's about you being willing to include everything that's coming to you, whether it's good or bad, whatever's coming to you, let it come to you with a lot of ease and joy and glory. Good or bad, whatever it is, let it come to you with ease. Okay? Be willing to ask for ease with everything that you're choosing. Okay? A lot of times we forget to do that. We just forget to ask for the ease. And somewhere we have only decided how difficult it will be. But the thing is, it's again our own points of view which is making things difficult. Okay, the moment you start recognizing that and acknowledging that, things start shifting.
Smriti?
What happened, Smriti?
Smriti, are you there? I think she just, her line just like,
I think it got
yeah, her line kind
interrupted.
of dropped or something, yeah.
She's there, but sound is not there.
Yeah. No, I think her call has dropped. Seems like the class teacher has left the classroom. Let us make
Access
noise.
students
Teacher
are
is not
desperately
there.
waiting.
Sorry?
I said as access students are desperately waiting for the teacher.
I know. So like regular typical students, let's make noise till the teacher is not back.
Let's make that rocket and fly that in the class.
Teacher, are you there? Oh, she's re-signing.
Rigve, Pranu, I had a hairband, small red one. You took that?
Yes.
That was yours? Do you have another one?
Yes.
Can you give me one? Yeah. Can you give me? Because it was very useful for me actually. If you have one more, then only you give me.
I could give you.
Oh, you can. Oh, you could hear me. Okay. I'm trying to grow my hair. For 25 years, I've had very, very short hair. And the last 1.5 months, I didn't have time to go to the to cut my hair. So, yeah. So I'm just trying to grow and feel.
Where is she gone?
Shall I call her?
Yeah, I
Shall
was
call
just
her?
thinking. Yeah, it's a good idea if someone can call. Because
Okay.
I am on my phone, so.
I'll call.
Jurina? You're from Malaysia?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hi, what's happening? Hello?
Tell her the classroom is
Everyone is
making a lot of
asking me
noise.
to call you. So,
It's almost 11, maybe.
Okay. So shall I just tell them today's session is complete and
Yeah, I think
we have a
she's.
party for tomorrow?
Yeah, correct.
Wednesday. Okay, okay. So I'll say today's session is complete.
The teacher just dropped off.
You know,
Okay,
she
bye-bye.
just vanished from the classroom.
Okay.
Humanoid teacher.
She said she's not able to log in again from her computer or from her phone, but she's, I think, able to. She's coming back. But she said we can end the session now.
Okay.
But just wait, because she was again attempting to come and meet.
So should we wait?
Wait for a minute. We'll wait because she's again trying to call, trying to connect. Otherwise, she said just tell everyone that the session is over as it is. The chapter was complete.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then I'll leave. Bye-bye. See you
But,
guys.
but just wait. Just wait for 1 minute.
Okay.
Ah, she's there.
She's come?
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I just got locked out and
No, don't say that.
I tried joining from my laptop, from the computer I was on. I don't know what went wrong. So, anyways, we'd already completed the chapters. So already 8:30. So now I'll see you guys on Thursday, 7 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I would have taken some.
Smriti, you're going to send us the recordings, huh?
Yeah, I will. If you've signed up, I will send all the recordings tonight.
Yeah.
I'll get to work. All these days I've been really busy, so just didn't get chance. I'll do it tonight. Send the recording of all the previous calls also. I'll send them all tonight. Okay.
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 Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye and thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll see you on Thursday now.
Thank you.
Thank you.